Hey guys, and welcome to D6 Evolution, and I'm here with the winner of LVO, Oliver McDonald.
Hello, hi, how's it going? I just want to clarify that I'm not the winner of LVO, but I won the LVO friendly tournament.
Yeah, it's
So
near enough, near enough.
near enough.
So this is just a short mini vid, a little bit different to our normal tactics and strategy videos that we do. We just want to catch on the tails of the Las Vegas Open, which happened last weekend. And Ollie was our reporter in the field.
That's
So Ollie,
right.
you're going to tell us a little bit about your experience.
Yeah, so this was my first time going to LVO. It was a really awesome experience. Had a really awesome time. Um, just even the general spectacle of the whole convention is amazing. I'm pretty sure this is the largest wargaming convention in the world.
Hmm.
And just going into the main, especially the 40K, which is the largest sector, going into the main 40K hall and just looking around, I think there's something like 800 people in there playing at once. And it's quite a sight to behold and
Yeah.
to smell. But
Yeah, I think there was 660 players in the main championship series,
that's
and then
right.
you played in the friendly event. So how many people were in the
Friendly.
friendly
I
event?
think there are about 80 people in the friendly event.
Okay. And was there any other narrative events or anything going on?
There was a 30K narrative event, 30K Armageddon, which was really cool.
Right.
Uh, they were the only Warlord Titans I saw, but they seem to have an awesome battle going on there.
Okay.
And then, of course, there was Age of Sigma, War Machine, Hordes, Bolt Action,
Yeah.
Drop Zone Commander, all of the other things.
Okay. So you got a chance to sort of walk around the event. How did it feel to be there?
Yeah, it's just a really awesome experience. Like in the main hall, everyone is on the clock, racing against time. Those are some really intense games. Even when I walked up to my friends who are playing, they were like, not now. Like they're in the zone. Some
Yeah.
real competitive Warhammer going down. I have to say the friendly tournament was a lot more fun for me. I don't really
Okay.
think I would have got on very well in that experience, but it's just lots of people with really cool themed armies having fun.
Okay. So I'm very interested myself. What really differentiates between the friendly tournament and the main 40K tournament?
So the main 40K, like I said, I think it was a either 2 or 2.5 hour clock.
Hmm.
Uh, the friendly was 4 hours, which
Oh,
obviously takes a
right.
lot of pressure off.
So how
Four
many
hours
rounds?
around,
How many rounds do they do in a day then?
2 rounds in a day.
Okay.
Nice 2 games in a day. Very relaxed pace.
Yeah.
And you score as many points. So you can score up to 12 points for winning all four of your games.
Okay.
Each game, your opponent gives you a theme score out of three. So a potential 12 points for having a well themed army.
Hmm.
And then you can get up to 12 points for your hobby.
Okay.
Um, so it means that there's just as much emphasis on you, even though it was done on power level. So obviously the main 40K is 2,000 points. This is 100 power level, which is supposed to be roughly the same, but not
Hmm.
necessarily is.
You just buy
But
all
if
the
you walk
upgrades
up,
and.
well, of course, but if you walk up there with my theme is triple Riptide,
Yeah.
someone's probably going to be, that's not a theme.
Okay, and then they downvote you on the theme, and then
Yeah,
you don't get any so many points. Okay, I see that.
yeah.
So what was your theme then, if you were going to say?
So my theme was largely influenced by what I have painted,
Hmm.
which is just what I liked, which was one of everything. So I
Okay.
went for the Tau Highlander. So there
Yeah.
can be only one. So one unit of each thing and no
Yeah.
duplicates.
And how did
Uh,
you do on the theme score then?
I think I got max theme. Everyone
Oh,
gave me
wow.
max. I
Okay.
think people like well painted armies and that kind
Hmm.
of influences into it. But
So were most of the armies pretty well painted then?
yeah, yeah. I didn't ever give anyone less than three for theme
Okay.
because they all came with a really cool like concept behind each of their armies.
Hmm.
And just walking around that hall, you saw like so much love and attention have been poured into people's models and armies and display boards. And because it was a bit more relaxed, you actually got a chance to talk to people about them
Hmm.
and them not being super stressed out. So
So do you find that was a good way that you could actually enjoy the rest of the convention that was going on as well? Because I know they had loads of hobby stalls and stands and things like that as well.
yeah, so we went up on the Friday and had a whole Friday off. So I kind of walked around and looked at it then.
Mm.
To be honest, like I didn't have that much time during the tournament day because I'm Not a fast player.
Well, you got 4 hour rounds, 2 hours,
Yep.
it's
One
eight
of them we
hours of
went to
playing one.
time. It's a lot of time. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So do you enjoy your games then?
Yeah, absolutely. I loved every single one of them.
Okay.
I think, yeah, the less stress makes it a lot more fun to just have fun and be narrative.
Yeah, I was going to say, it seems like it's quite open for gaming, and what we do here on D6 Evolution is really talk about, really competitive strategy and
Mhm.
tactics and list building. Do you
Mhm.
find that was getting more apparent as you got in the later games, or was it kind of just friendly
Uh,
throughout?
I I would say that happened more in the later games.
Mm,
But honestly, I don't think anyone went into that with the intention of breaking the system. I
yeah.
think everyone went in with some kind of idea in their head of something they loved,
Hmm.
and certain armies definitely and I'm happy to admit that Tau is one of them. Like,
Mm,
it's way easier to max out on upgrades on Tau than it is,
yeah.
for example, on Primaris Marines, where you have very few options.
Yeah.
And so their power level is going to reflect quite closely their points cost. Whereas Tau, I can end up putting upgrades on stealth suits, which is something you would never do in the normal game because it's never worth the points, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So you found it to be quite enjoyable. It wasn't overly competitive, and it's probably a good place for new players to start.
Oh, absolutely. I
Okay.
think even people who had uh, gone in the competitive last year said they much more enjoyed the friendly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still like, what I liked about it is it's still a tournament. You're still trying to win, you know,
Mm,
but you're not like your opponent makes a small mistake. You're not calling him out and being like, nope, we're on the next phase. You're
yeah.
like, yeah, you go ahead. And if you make a few mistakes yourself, they're like, yep, we're all having fun here. We're all
Yeah.
here to have a good time.
Okay. All right. That's very enjoyable then. Okay. Big question then. What was your prize?
My prize, I got a Space Marine Stalker that I'd never heard of, a Blood Angel Sanguinary Priest,
Yeah.
um, and a Grey Knight Strike Squad.
Right.
That's going
Okay.
to be
That's three of the top tier units right there.
well, this
All the top 8 lists had those units in them.
this one's going to be a kill team. I
Okay.
also won the best Tau,
All right. Very nice.
and I won a plaque for coming best Renaissance person.
What does that mean? Sorry.
So this is they had kind of three categories that you could win in the tournament.
Hmm.
So one was best general, so whoever got the most Swiss points.
Hmm.
Um, then one was best painted army, which was awarded by the judges, and then this one, which I won, is best Renaissance person, which is so when Frankie established the LVO, he wanted to bring back this idea of an all-round person who covers both the hobby and generalship,
Hmm.
and so it's like this combined kind of overall score thing.
Okay, so it combines your hobby score with your actual like Swiss score as well. So where did you actually come just on the Swiss score? Or did you come in first as well though, or?
Yeah, so I actually drew in a really weird circumstance. I came the exact same number of Swiss points as another guy. So we were both drawn first, you know.
Okay.
And
Oh.
so I guess that meant that we must have had the precise same victory point differentials in like
Mm,
4 matches, which is must be a crazy coincidence. But
yeah.
he was playing a really cool Slanesh fast moving army with a lot of demonettes.
Is that the one you played in the second round or the third round, is it?
No, I never played him.
Oh.
I was chatting to him quite a lot. My first round, I was actually playing against a guy from my local Games Workshop store.
Hmm.
I met him last year on Armies on Parade. He had a Custodes Armies on Parade.
Yeah.
And so we like faced off in Armies on Parade, and then we got to actually fight our armies against each other, which was really, really awesome. Just seeing two like fully painted,
Yeah.
themed armies on the battlefield facing down.
I guess that's a big difference with some of the friendly tournaments that are more about the hobby is that the beautiful cinematography and the atmosphere that happens when you play together with fully painted armies is really good. I do find a lot of times at tournaments people just kind of squeak through the painting rubric.
Mm-hmm.
They have 3 colors, they're based. You can't really argue, but it's not really like they put a lot of effort in it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's fine, and that's fine for competitive play. But there is a level to the game when everything's painted really nicely, and it's all about that atmosphere. A
Absolutely.
lot of the narrative events tend to get that kind of hobby ship to the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my second round was against Will, and he had gone for Calgar's Honor Guard. So he had like, inspired by the Vigilus campaign, he had Calgar, then Calgar's lieutenant, who he was training up to replace him, and then they each had a Victrix Honor Guard, and then he had a specially customized repulsor tank with loads of like banners and gold platings on stuff as like Calgar's pimp mobile.
Right. This sounds so competitive. I'm just thinking about how that would play out. Was that literally his entire army? Because that's most of his point, surely.
No, he had like some aggressors, some inceptors, some intercessors, and 2 scout squads.
Okay.
I think like it was a well-rounded list.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it was hyper competitive. Do you think it is?
No, not even slightly. I haven't heard what maybe the scouts are competitive.
Let's see. Yeah, no, but that's the whole point of the tournament.
Yeah, I like that. I would struggle to see how it can be balanced, because it's so easy just to bring something that's just a little bit stronger than somebody else brings. But I guess if you're just playing for fun, it doesn't really matter, does it?
I must say, I don't think I realized how strong my list was until I got into that tournament. So like, this was
you're used to playing against like me.
Yeah, well, that's
very
one
competitive
thing.
list.
I'm used to playing against you, and secondly, I took almost exactly the same list when we went to Warhammer Fest like 1.5 years ago, and I went 1-3 with this exact same list. So very little has changed in it. I guess I've just got a lot better at playing it and understanding the tactics of the Tau. Doing the Cow-Yon before the tournament, I'd never used the Cow-Yon before.
Right.
Or any of the correct stratagems.
Okay.
So like,
you need to watch some of our Tau videos, mate. You can learn a lot.
I did indeed. I watched all of them. I even watched the one how to beat Tau, so I know what to not let my opponent do.
That was hot off the press, that one. Okay, so what's next for you then? You're going to go on and play the Champ Series next year, or are you going to do the friendly again?
I think 100% I'll go back to the friendly.
Okay.
This year, I think I'm going to be working on a new army for Armies on Parade, and then I'll probably have the same thing next year's friendly. Just take whatever I have painted and pit it against some opponents.
What new army have you got sort of posted then?
I have some bright pink Marines.
Oh, yes.
Primaris Marines. Called, the Unicorn Marines. I'm going to put little unicorn horns on their heads.
Fantastic. Well, look, your army is absolutely amazing. We'll try and cut some footage into that during the video. When you finish your Primaris, do send us some photos of that. We'll get that up on our page as well, because I think we spend a lot of time on the competitive side, and that's really what the channel's all about. But it's always good to give a nod to the hobby side as well. And you're probably one of the best hobbyists that I know anyway in the field. So yeah, thank you very much for coming on and showing your experience of LVO. And thank you for taking some footage while we're out there. And hopefully we'll get you on again for maybe a battle report sometime. Show off that beautiful army.
Thanks very much for having me. Hopefully next year I'll see you in the RTT.
Yeah, absolutely. If I can make it over to Las Vegas, I'm going to be there.
All right, awesome. Thanks,
All right. See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.